Hello and welcome to Sorry You Went Viral, all about the stories that have been setting social media alight and the people behind these popular posts. I'm Tim.
And I'm a very snotty Hannah. Apologies, dance. But we will kick things off with what's gone viral, as we always do. And you may remember from last week's episode that we covered the story about the love surge, which both of us, I think, were a bit kind of like icky about in general. Yeah. There's this couple in the States, and Liliana is the woman, and she is there with her partner, her husband, and they are kind of like having this shaking kind of like love surge together. And it was a bit cringeworthy. It's a bit too much like PDA for me. But having said that, the backlash to it has been really, really, really nasty. So we wanted to cover it again this week so that we can kind of like keep you up to date with how the story has kind of like unraveled. So Liliana then posted another video to her TikTok explaining the impact of some of the backlash to it. So let's take a look.
If the goal was to make me sad, you did it. You won. I'm not talking about the hilarious stitches or anything. I'm talking about like the really mean, hurtful comments. And yeah, so I think a lot of times people type something online and then they don't see the result of it. And this is the result. And if you like doing this to people, then keep doing it. And if you don't, then maybe think about it and stop. And again, I'm not talking about like the silly jokes or the duets or stitches where people like add something valuable. I'm talking about like the really mean comments that wish like terrible, terrible things on me. So
yeah, I mean, it's horrible to see this kind of this couple that's so happy and joyous, and she's really upset. Obviously, she says in the video that her husband Sean's been away. So obviously, I'm sure she's been just looking at the messages and the posts, and some of them really nasty. She said. That video has been seen 8 million times, over 8 million times. So it's gone viral again from it. But there is a happy ending to it. Her husband, Sean, did come back. And they posted a few days later a video updating their followers on what's going on.
Love Surge has been a roller coaster, but I did not expect that much kindness on the video that I posted about how I felt about everything. And I just wanted to thank everyone for their sweet DMs and kind comments and words of encouragement on this whole thing.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I haven't seen my wife for 2 weeks, so I'm going to go give her a good love surge, but one we can't show on the camera. Good night.
So yes, thankfully that particular love surge was not on camera for all of us. Not that we would be showing you or playing the audio anyway for you. No one needs that, but it's nice to see that they are being undeterred in their love and affection for each other and back to posting again online. But anyway, moving on, we're going on to the Roman Empire. Kind of a weird transition, but there we go. And Tim, question for you: how many times a week do you think about the Roman Empire?
None, I'll be honest. But
no,
I know.
No. What about the roads and like infrastructure?
I do, but not directly thinking about the Romans and how they constructed it and everything like that. But this trend has kind of gone crazy this week. I saw this video. I saw imitations of the video first, but this video I'm about to show you on a video feed got seen 10 million times. It's this woman just asking her boyfriend, what do you think of the Roman Empire?
how many times, like a week, or just how many times in general, do you think about the Roman Empire?
What about the Roman Empire?
Just anything about it.
Probably not a lot. Why?
Not a lot? When was the last time you thought about it?
Maybe a week or two ago. The Roman Empire was a very big part in history.
So how often do you think about it?
Not a lot.
How often? Once every month?
Maybe 3 or 4 times a month.
You think about the Roman Empire once a week.
It has a lot of big, like, stories and lessons, like, within the Roman Empire of what to do and what not to do. So, yeah.
So you think about the Roman Empire once a week?
Sometimes, yeah. But not necessarily.
I mean, it's so random. Brilliant. And this woman, Ashley Lance, with a great TikTok handle, I don't know how you found me. Brilliant TikTok handle. Anyway, this video, as I said, been seen 10 million times and it's gone crazy. It's gone from TikTok across social media into daily culture. Though, again, unfortunately, it's gone a bit too crazy because I've seen, again, load of videos and celebrities and brands posing this question. And as you can show on the video feed, every single brand you can think of piling in on this by posting their version of the Roman Empire. And I think they probably killed it dead. So it's one of these things where it's popular for a week and then we'll never talk about it again. But I just love the kind of randomness of it all. I wonder what's next about. Do you ever think about the Victorian plumbing system or something that will random?
I do actually, because I've got a Victorian house and the plumbing system is crap. So yes, I do actually. So, but yeah, no, I don't think about the Roman Empire specifically, or Victorian times specifically. But I wonder, and I hope actually that Ashley has directly benefited either, financially or in whatever way. It's not just brands who've picked up on this brilliantly weird question that she asked and posted a video about, but I hope she's actually got something out of it as well. And I hope her boyfriend, in fairness to him, he gave her quite a thorough response. Thought quite considered.
Yeah. I'm not sure, if you ask your husband that question, I think he'd probably just look completely baffled at the randomness of it.
I think Lewis would he would probably give me a really thorough answer, actually. Really annoying like that.
Just moving to a bit more serious stories. You may have heard in the US about recently this family and the mum being arrested and charged over basically treatment of her family related to YouTube. And it's been the big issue about content creators and how they treat their children on camera and off camera. And this story, it's a bit of a strange one. So there's a woman called Jordan Cheyenne, who's a lifestyle fitness content creator, YouTuber. And basically an old video has resurfaced and she's been forced to defend it again. So we're not going to show you the whole video, but for reasons become apparent, because she basically filmed her son, her young son, 9-year-old son, in the car, very upset at finding out that their dog had some sort of terminal illness, and getting him to pose for camera. So she can get an ideal thumbnail or something. Let's just show you a little clip of the events leading up to the son having to pose on camera.
Be part of our family. So if you could pray for us, we appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye. Come here. Come closer.
So Jordan, this mum and lifestyle guru, content creator, she is now back online after 5 months of kind of sort of disappearing for a bit, after the immediate backlash, as you would expect from the video of her son. She's back, and it's kind of like cancel culture, because the original video has resurfaced again, and she's having to apologize again and again and again. And I suppose from her point of view, it's just like, well, at what point do I have to? At what point can we all move on from this? I've learned a lot. I've really worked on myself, etc., etc. Should she forevermore be kind of like banned from social media or from content creation, etc.? I don't know enough none of us know enough about the ins and outs of her family setup and what kind of a mother she is or what kind of a person she is. But 9.5 million views on TikTok. From that was of the original video again, the fact that it resurfaced again.
Someone ripped it and kept it.
Yeah, and so you just can't really get away from it. And she was saying that was 2.5 years ago. People are DMing me as if it was yesterday. You guys haven't seen the growth, the positive changes I've made. But the fact of the matter is that she may have made all sorts of positive changes in her life, but she is still using her son in her videos, as part of her content. And he's now, he's a young man, he's a young boy at the moment, but he's soon to be a man. And I don't know, it's a very tricky one, isn't it, when you're using your underage children for your own financial gain. It's especially when you've been caught out so badly in the past. I just wonder whether it's justified that she's getting this kind of a backlash.
Yeah, I mean, just to clarify, so she said, I don't use my sons in my YouTube videos, but she still posts pictures of him on her public Instagram account showing, and her and her husband, and going about their lives. And you would have thought maybe better just to not include him at all.
Yeah.
His own safety and well-being, not just now, but in the future. It's a really tricky area. And I think over the next few years, we're going to see cases of this, of, children who then become young adults feeling very, upset at their past being made to pose in that way, in such an emotional way.
But on the flip side of that, moving on to a happier tale, being not made to pose, but choosing to pose by your parent. So this is a lovely, lovely video. So this is essentially one single mum who shared a video of her son dressed up as her. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So let's play the video for those watching on the video feed, and you can hear as well what's going on.
Single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter.
Yeah, it's something. I love it. I think it's brilliant, and it's not often we kind of see mum and son videos having fun together. This woman, as you mentioned, is called Monique Meza, who is Monique Meza 13_ on TikTok, and that video of her son dressed up is been seen 30 million times on TikTok.
Amazing stuff.
Again, it's not just been on TikTok. The video's just gone across all social media and the internet. They've been interviewed on Good Morning America in the US, breakfast time show, just them having fun. And she posted an update saying how grateful they are that so many people have enjoyed and laughed at our videos, and we're excited to create some more. We have so much fun and many laughs doing this together, which is just brilliant to hear. I'm going to show you the next video, which again, if you're not watching, I really recommend watching the video feed for this. They went to a restaurant dressed up as each other, and they played a prank on the waiter. Let's show you the clip of what happened.
I'm going to get a sangria, please. Would you like the sangria? Yeah. And we'll run out to the car real quick.
Thank you. Hey, could we also start with the nachos? The top sirloin nachos? Yeah. Hey, that's okay with you?
That's fine. That's fine.
You guys, I'm so confused.
I'm like, okay. Oh my god. That was a good one. You guys looking like.
Yeah, well, I don't know the way to embarrassed by everything, but I think it's just great fun. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, they do look alike, the mum and son. Whether my daughter or your son in 20 years' time will look enough like either of us to be able to pull off something like that, I don't know.
My mind is whizzing with kind of like all these ideas of things that we can do. I'm assuming Sonny will grow up to look a bit more like Lewis, but I mean, at the moment, he's pretty much a 50-50 split of the two of us. So, yeah, it's possible, and I'm game for a laugh. So, yeah, 30 million views, it kind of like makes the mind boggle, doesn't it? You just think. But having said that, by the time he's grown up and he's 20 years old or whatever, then we'll have a whole different social media environment out there, landscape. So maybe this will all be obsolete.
Next on the show, it's what it's like to go viral. And this next story, you may have heard of this woman, but maybe not by her actual name, which is Sabrina Bassoon, but you may know her by a nickname, Tube Girl, or you may have just seen her videos. These videos have been getting tens of millions of views. Let's show you why they've been so popular.
PB, who's people Bryson? 2 years ago, I renewed my license. Anyway, why'd I start my verse like that? You can suck on her, you can suck on a bullseye. No, I don't endorse that. Abort that.
So Sabrina, they're having a wonderful time on the Tube Girl, of course, and she told the BBC that the reason this all came about and she decided to start creating this kind of content is that she has to commute a lot every day from quite far out of town. And also there is a safety issue here as well. A lot of women in particular feel unsafe, especially if they're traveling on their own. And a lot of the time we're told that the thing to do is to kind of look busy or look, like active, like you're, rather than just being stationary and still, you're less likely to encourage attention in a way from others if you're kind of like in your own world. So she's taken it quite literally, that advice, and is having a marvelous time. And she said she had this sort of TikTok idea, and she asked another passenger on the tube to film her, and he apparently said no straight away. So she was like, well, sod that, I'll just do it myself then. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to make this video. And so let's take a look at another, and you can explain afterwards to him about how this has kind of like blown up much beyond her wildest dreams, I'm sure.
Look, she's having so much fun. I mean, it is really sad to hear as a man, obviously not being aware of these things really, about the dangers that women face on public transport. And it's sad that kind of the basis of that, but it's great that she's having so much fun. She told the Evening Standard about how she feels kind of post-pandemic, everyone's so anxious and themselves to themselves. But this is kind of like a celebration of expression, and, it's brilliant. I love them. And it's great, how she's just kind of created this phenomenon out of nothing.
And people are enjoying it as well, like other like random passengers as well. I mean, I always know that, I always love it when you get like a really enthusiastic platform announcer or something like that. And, you used to get someone who was always singing and things like that. Yeah, this was years ago. But anyway, I mean, just makes me think, right, get me on the tube more often and hopefully on the same line as her. So I'd love to come across her. And other people, I think, have been saying, thank you for the entertainment.
I don't know, if I was just on the tube in the morning, half asleep, someone dancing away with a photo selfie, I'd be like, oh gosh, it's too much. But she's enjoying herself. She's not doing any harm to anyone else. There has been, there's been huge outpouring here of support for her. People doing their own videos. She actually this week was on London Fashion Walk for MAC, I think it's a makeup company, doing some work with them. But of course, there's a bit of a backlash, people saying she's only popular because she's attractive and things. And it's just like no one could be happy about someone just celebrating themselves and being fun, having fun and, being happy, of course.
Yeah, go Tube Girl, go Sabrina, enjoy it. And thank you for sort of, hopefully brightening up other people's tube journeys as well.
Indeed, well, it's not always that kind of videos on tubes necessarily work with women. This week, there was another content creator whose video went viral, a woman called Antonia, who's on TikTok as Turn It Tony, who, as you can see here, she was trying to pose at Oxford Street tube station, very busy tube station in London, stylistically, and of course people are just walking back and forth through the camera because they want to get to work or do things. It doesn't always work trying to do these self-styled poses.
Pick your moment as well, and maybe not at kind of like 8 a.m. or at 5 p.m, 6 p.m, that sort of thing. I don't know what time she was doing this, but yeah, it could be, I can see how it could be really annoying.
And finally on the show, it's the timeline cleanser, bringing a bit of joy to our lives as we scroll through social media. And this one is a delight. Being a football fan, I'm targeted a lot by algorithms of football-related content, and quite popular on social media is kind of football away day videos of people documenting their journey to a game and, shouting abuse at opposition fans and winning the game and going out for a few beers. This is a slightly different one. This is about a 5-year-old girl called Chopsy, who's been stealing the hearts of people in the footballing world. So she goes to Sheffield United games with her dad, Mick, who's been a Blades fan all his life, and this video that she's done recently of her trip to the Spurs game has been seen over 400,000 times. Let's show you why it's been so popular.
What else are you going to do on a Saturday? Stay at home watching Peppa Pig, catching up on homework and getting ready to go to school, going to a play place and going right fast down the slide, getting the teddies out and having a right nice picnic, going to the park and having a mess about on the swings, getting lectured by Mum to keep the house tidy and not make a mess, loading up Disney Plus and watching some princess nonsense on the TV. So did that, brother. I know what I'd rather be doing. Tottenham away. Love it!
It's just brilliant when she says that kind of like, well, sod that, I'm going to go and I want Tottenham away. It's absolutely wonderful and lovely as well to see, you know, as we've featured a lot on this podcast, again, that lovely relationship between father and child, father and daughter in this case, embracing each other's kind of like passions for life. Like he's obviously passionate about football and bringing his daughter along as well. It's got me thinking maybe I should start sending Sunny off to football matches or something like that with Lewis. I mean, maybe rugby. I don't know. I just always thought he was too young, but she's been doing this since she was like a baby. Like I think he's taken her to away games when she was still in a sling.
5 months old, apparently, was her first game.
Yeah. And what about you? Have you taken your daughter?
No, she, you know, it's like any child, the attention span's there. So she likes, so I've indoctrinated her as a Liverpool fan. And so, you know, we try to watch some games, but the best thing she does now is I've told her that she's Mo Salah on the football pitch when we're watching TV. So she likes watching him run and tackle. And then obviously score a goal, and that makes her really happy. But whether she'd sit in a stand in cold weather for 90 minutes, I don't think she's going to have the attention
You've got to have
span.
a lot. I mean, like, I don't know. Is it Mick, her dad?
Yeah.
Chopsy's dad. I mean, I don't know whether he's got a few beers for himself or something like that, but he's going to need some sweet stash, isn't he, to kind of like keep her going through it as well. But absolutely lovely and joyful for the rest of us to see as well. So she's on TikTok as Chopsy's Football Diary. And yeah, she's already been to over 100 games home and away. And as we said, she's 5 years old. So a lifetime of football and football fun with her dad to come. Well done, Chopsy.
And that's the end of this week's show. Thank you for listening or for watching. You'll be able to see the highlights of the clips with the links to the social profiles of those who posted them on our social platforms. Just search for Sorry Went Viral. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Yeah, and sorry for being so nasal. I'll go and drown myself in some lemon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.